Hey, what's going on folks, Lenigoth here with another video for you. So, the team at Square Enix has finally dropped some new information regarding their upcoming title, Final Fantasy XVI. There's no new trailer, but they have launched the website they've been promising and there's new information on the world and the characters. They are still saying that their next big reveal event is going to be held next year in 2021. In the meantime though, let's take a look at this new information they have dropped for us and let's start speculating. Before we dig into all this new juicy information, could I ask you to do me a quick favor? Please go ahead and click that like button for me, then please subscribe if you haven't already. It will really help me out. And if you want to keep checking out new videos as soon as I post them, please also hit that bell button. Now that said, let's get right into the details. So last month during Sony's big reveal event, the first trailer for Final Fantasy XVI was showed. That was the first time we saw anything about the game. Now today, they finally added some information to go along with that trailer, and they also launched a brand new teaser website with all of this information. In the website, they have two main sections. They have a section on the world and they have a section on their characters. So first, let's go over what they're sharing about the world. So the game takes place in Valisthea, a land blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals. Here we're learning the name of this new world, and the big thing about this world is that it has these crystals, which are gigantic structures where people have built entire realms around them. These crystals provide ether, and what they're saying about that ether is that it lets people cast magic, and it says it allows people to live lives of comfort and plenty. So I wonder if this means that by casting magic, maybe they can create their own food and other things that makes them live luxurious lives. It appears that there are a couple of these crystals scattered around the world, and there is one realm around each crystal. And they are basically nations, and these nations have been in peace for a long time, but now it appears that there's some sort of sickness going on called the Blight, which is threatening the entire world. So the icons here are basically what we normally refer to as summons, and so here in this game, each icon resides in one man or woman, and I guess these people can call upon their strength and abilities at will. There's usually one person in each realm with such power, and they are referred to as dominants. These people are treated differently depending on the realm that they live in. Some realms revere these people because of their strength, while in others, they're basically just tools of war. From a story perspective, this is interesting the way they're doing it this time. However, from a gameplay perspective, I'm wondering how this is going to work. You know, I remember being able to just sort of like equip summons and use them at will depending on the character that I was using. Maybe I wanted to just use Shiva with them or something like that, or just have a pool of all the summons and be able to call upon them at will with any character. So I'm not sure how they will do it this time. It looks like, you know, only one person is going to be able to use the individual summons, and I'm not sure you'll be able to use all of them. Now, recall what it was saying about this land of Valisthea. It looks like there's a new plague, the Blight, that's enveloping the realms. So I wonder if as the story progresses, maybe there's some wars between the realms, but eventually they decide to call a truce because they realize they need to unite to be able to defeat the Blight. If that's the case, maybe then as the story progresses, you'll be able to meet all of the individuals that have the icon powers and enlist them to your group. That way you'll have all of the folks that can summon these icons and use them in the game. We have information about the actual realms of Valisthea, and starting off with the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. The banner, as you can see here, is a red banner with a white phoenix, so obviously we already know that this is where the phoenix icon comes from. This is also where our protagonists are based out of, and so I imagine this is also where we're going to be starting the game. And then moving on, we have the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. I'm calling it Sanbreque. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'll say it, I guess. The banner for them is this nice banner with two blue stripes. It has a gold maiden in there and two small dragons below. Now, if you read through the description of this Holy Empire of Sanbreque, in the description here, they have blocked off the type of dominant for this nation. But based on this banner, I believe that this is where the icon Shiva resides. I mean, we saw Shiva in the trailer, and as we will see in the next few realms, nothing else kind of matches Shiva at all. So this has to be it. Moving on, we have the Kingdom of Wallowed. Again, not sure how that's pronounced, but I'm pronouncing it Wallowed. Here we have this nice black and white banner with this bluish horse. There's a shield and a sword on top of the shield, and here they're not saying in the description which icon rules this land or what type of dominant is here, but this being a horse, maybe this is Odin? And then we have the Dalmatian Republic, which if the description is any indication, it seems this is a very political nation. This is also where the dominant of Titan lives, and that's the icon of Earth. And next up we have the Iron Kingdom, and you know, the name of this realm and the description of it, for some reason it just sounds very Game of Thrones-y to me. I don't know why. The realm is composed of a small group of islands off the coast of Storm, and that's the western half of Valisthea's twin realms. But anyways, this realm is pretty interesting. It's quite different from the others. There's an extreme faith organization called the Crystalline Orthodox, and these folks, instead of embracing and using the dominant here, they actually kill them. Dominants are considered unholy abominations, and anybody that is born with that power is executed. Executed, folks. Now, I'm going out on a limb and say that either something already happened here or it will happen during the story where the dominant is born and they don't find out and the dominant escapes, you know, or they are protected by their family or somebody and they either flee the realm or they keep just hiding away, and eventually we'll meet somebody that has that power of the icon from this place. But who knows, that's just my prediction for this place. And then lastly we have the Crystalline Dominion. This is also a little bit different than the other ones. It looks like this Crystalline Dominion basically is composed of 4 small islands, and each one has equal control or equal benefit from that one mother crystal. Each island is ruled by a representative from the bigger realm. That's why we see kind of a small version of the nation's flag representing each of the 4 major realms. Now we move on to the characters. We now have names and some information for 3 of the main characters in the game. Starting off with Clive Rosfield, who was expected to be the next dominant in this Rosaria realm. But turns out that wasn't the case, and it was instead his younger brother Joshua, who we'll see in a second. Clive is basically tasked with being the guard for the Phoenix, and Clive is blessed with the ability to wield part of the icon's power. Then at some point it looks like the icon Ifrit, who we pretty much always see in the Final Fantasy series, shows up and ruins the party. Now my first question here real quick is, if all of the realms are protected by the Mother Crystal and they all have a single icon, and we've covered all the nations in this world, where is Ifrit coming from? Are there other nations that Square Enix is not unveiling yet, or is it really a mystery? So yeah, that will be interesting to know what happened there. Maybe there are a bunch of these icons that people don't even know about. Maybe there's just more than one icon residing within the nations, or maybe they just reside within the crystals themselves, who knows, but it's cool to speculate. And here we have Joshua Rosfield, Clive's younger brother. And he actually is the dominant of the Phoenix, and that awakening happens soon after his birth. Compared to Clive, he's actually kind of childish, but compassionate towards others. Compared to his brother, he seems to be frail and fearful of even carrots. And then we have Jill Warwick, who is actually from a different realm, supposedly from the Fallen Northern Territories? Fallen, I wonder what they mean here. Anyways, so Jill was taken from their homeland and raised alongside Clive and Joshua since her early days. And the Archduke of Rosaria kind of wanted her being raised alongside his other 2 kids, so it probably means that they're super close and she's almost like a sister to Joshua and Clive. So that's the 3 characters they shared info on, but back to Clive and to this awesome art that has been shared in the website. It has been said that this guy here is actually the same Clive, but based on what it says in Clive's description and what we've seen, it appears that something bad happens, and that's how or when he turns like this maybe, and that's why his left arm is like this, with some big spines coming out of it and kind of fiery. So this could be Ifrit's doing. But then again, the Phoenix icon is a fiery bird, so unsure exactly what happens. We'll have to wait for more info on that. One thing hopefully we can all agree on is that he definitely looks much cooler here with the cape and the leather pants and boots, and the awesome sword definitely looks much cooler here. So that's most of the information Square Enix has added to the new website. Take a look for yourself and see if you can deduce anything else. If you do, please share in the comments. I'm dropping the link to the website down in the description for you to check it out. And that's all the info we have today, folks. Thank you so much for checking in. I hope you have an excellent day and see you in the next one.